Evening, everybody. It's 5:40, and this is your closing comment for today, Thursday, the 14th of July, Bastille Day. And it was a very interesting day. The PPI numbers were bad, um, as bad, in some places worse than yesterday's CPI number, in that the year over year number for the PPI was actually double digits. Uh, 11.1, I believe, was the number, 11.3. And even the core number was pretty damn high, 5.9, I believe, or in any event. We opened down, and the Dow was actually down 628. It looked for a while like it wasn't going to rally, but around 11:30 or 12 o'clock, it started to come off. Then it went sideways for a while, and at 2:30, it broke back to the upside again. Looked like it might actually get into the green, but it did not. The Dow closed down 142, which, after being down 628, looks like quite a win. NASDAQ did, in fact, go green and closed up $3.60. The S&P, which was down about $78, I believe, closed down 11, or a third of a percent. The big loser on the day was the Russell, down 1853, or a little over 1%, and the transports down about 36. What was interesting to me was that the VIX actually closed down on the day also. It wasn't much, but it is really unusual, excuse me, to have the market and the VIX going in the same direction, because it's obviously a contrary indicator. Internals were 3-1 to the downside in the Dow, 2-1 in on the Nasdaq, and volume was a little bit higher than yesterday's 4.2 coming, or 4.3 coming in at 4.4, which is pretty typical um, summer volume. We had JP Morgan, which was down about $2.50 at the open, finished down almost $4, down 391, or 3.5%. Morgan Stanley, which was a little bit lower at the open, also on earnings news, actually finished up 29 cents. Costco got an upgrade, closed 511.94, up 19.72, or 4%. Taiwan Semi beat and helped straight across the semi stocks. Actually closed 83.67, up 238, or just under 3%. Excuse me. And ConAgra, which looked okay this morning on a beat, but was down 94, just got worse all day, closed 33.15, down 259, or 7.25%. They did, in fact, say that they are going to continue to raise prices, as opposed to just letting their margins slide. Frankly, I think that's good news, but the market didn't take it that way. Tomorrow we have retail sales, BlackRock, Wells Fargo, Citi, UNH, industrial production and capacity utilization, business inventories, and the University of Michigan consumer sentiment. Um, the retail sales and the earnings numbers are prior to the open. Industrial production, capital utilization, I believe, is 915, and the business inventories and Michigan number are after the open. Chart on the screen is the oil, which blasted right through that 200-day moving average and turned right back up, got down as low as 90.56 and closed 95.78, still down a little bit, but frankly, I think it looked great here at the close. Like to see it break yesterday's high at 97.96, and I believe it'll move back into this 100 to 102 area without much trouble at all. The gold got pounded yet again. All of these bad news is good news things in the market are all negatives for the metals. The reason for that is that if the numbers stay strong and we talk about continued interest rate rises, it'll take a while for the gold to be able to adjust to that. The gold finished down almost $30, which was about 2%. Unfortunately, the silver was even worse. While the gold was down about 1.5% or two early on in the day, the silver was down over 5%, and it closed down over 5% on the low at 18 and a quarter. This is, you have to go really a pretty long way back here to see that there may be some support here in this $18 area based on the breakout and the move from 18 to 29 in very short order in the spring of 2020 into the summer. But, this is pretty ugly. Bitcoin was higher by about 1,000. The dollar was up 65 cents again to over 108, 108.40, and it actually traded over 109. Bonds were down 3/4 of a point, and the nat gas was down about a dime. All right, everyone, I'll be back first thing in the morning with those other numbers. Be careful out there, it is ugly.